What's up, Sauce Nation? It's Hector. And if you're watching this right now, thanks for having some support for the Dynamo, which right now is pretty tough. But we're going to go ahead and do catch-up video for the Houston Dynamo. This will probably be a little bit shorter than the Astros video, but we'll see. I'm going to try to avoid ranting, but I'll say what I got to say at that point. But before we get going with this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to Sauce Sports. Click on that notification bell. And yeah, let's get going with this video. Alright, so some things to talk about this season for the Dynamo. Obviously is the big one, Hector Herrera, the biggest signing in the Houston Dynamo's history. I think some people thought that this guy would instantly make this team better, which in my opinion, I think he has. It's just that this team is really bad. So you go from, downright terrible to bad. So it's not necessarily like a huge upgrade, but it's like I said, I'll share my thoughts about it. So that's a big one. The most recently that happened is actually Ted Siegel, the owner of the majority owner of the Houston Dynamo, has actually bought out Gabriel Brenner, Oscar De La Hoya, and Ben Gill, which that now means that he now has more shares of the Houston Dynamo. And actually, Lyle A's, which is the vice chairman of the Houston Dynamo and Dash, has now joined the investor group as well. So, trimming out the fat, Gabriel Brenner, obviously a lot of Dynamo fans do not like this guy, including myself. Oscar De La Hoya was once one of my favorite boxers. Now, well, one, I think boxing's dead, and two, he's a scumbag for what he's done with the Dynamo. Ben Gill, can't really tell you much, but hey, you're trimming out the fat. So Ted Siegel, he's looking to get more revenue coming into this team. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to make this team more appealing to the fan base. He's making moderations to the stadium, so it's a little bit easier when it comes to the hot climates. He's added mesh seating. Though, there's some Dynamo fans that are disgruntled no matter what they do. So they're always going to complain about it, whatever happens. Even as something as simple as just mesh seating. But that's not my place to say anything. But yeah, so that is some things to point out for the Dynamo as far as worth noting this season. Now, the Dynamo, as I'm making this video right now, are currently in 13th place with 7 wins, 5 draws, 14 losses. They've scored 32 goals. They've allowed 43 and have a goal differential of -11. All right. If you guys remember the video that me and Tenny did, kind of saying our expectations for the Houston Dynamo this season, our bar was very low. We didn't expect them to be playoff contenders. We didn't expect them. We didn't expect them to be really that good. And the reason why is because the roster is just not good. It just isn't. It still has a lot of Matt Jordan's influence on this roster, and so we really kind of similar to what Ted Siegel is doing with the ownership. Once we kind of trim that fat out and really lay a solid foundation, and more money to go buy other players would be a pretty good thing. But the thing that I found interesting when you added guys like Hector Herrera and Sebastian Ferreira, which some people are saying that Sebastian Ferreira is a bust. I can't really tell you if he's a bust or not, because the reason why is he doesn't get service. Like the pass, he just doesn't get service from the wingers. Midfield can be very inconsistent sometimes. So you just don't really know if Sebastian Ferreira is a bust, or it's just because the players around him aren't that good. Hector Herrera, like I said, he came in and was very significant, but like I said, this team was already terrible when he came in. The team got better, but they got better for sure, but they got better from being terrible. They're still not a good team. They're just not, and it's going to take a lot of tinkering. It's going to be a lot on Pat Onstad and Ted Siegel to fix this club, and it's not going to be 1 season or 2 seasons. It's going to take some time before this team's really going to be competitive, and that's kind of what me and Tenny said in our expectations video, because we really didn't have expectations from the Dynamo. Now, the Dynamo fans are angry. I get it. The Dynamo been bad for quite some time, and it's crazy to think that this team was once the standard of the MLS, and it's kind of fallen off. Even attendance has fallen off constantly. But like I said, this team is not good. The roster's not good. it's gonna be interesting what happens this offseason, of what exactly the Dynamo, who they let go, who they bring in, and what exactly do they do with that academy system. At this point, like, you're not gonna make the playoffs, not even a long shot. So at this point, just test out what you have. Go to the Houston Dynamo too. Grab some guys from there, see what you like, and like I said, start preparing for the offseason, trim the fat, and then start building this team the way you want to build. That's what I would think for Pat Onstad. All right, so that is the Houston Dynamo in a nutshell. I was going to try to keep it as short as possible. Now, if you guys have questions about the Houston Dynamo, go ahead into the comments, put them out there like similar to the Astros video. I'm going to read through all the comments. If there's any questions, I will make a video to answer those Houston Dynamo questions, to share my thoughts and my opinions. Obviously, soccer is like the main sport I like to talk about besides baseball. I do have a podcast. It's called Insert Name FC. We're part of Belly Up Sports. If you guys want to go ahead and check me out, we don't talk MLS. We do from time to time, but it's mainly European. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead. But that's my shamelessly plugging for anything else. But from here on out, man, like this video, subscribe, Saw Sports if you haven't. Ask your questions in the comment section. Click on the notification bell. If you want to get a little bit more involvement with Saw Sports, well, go ahead and join the Patreon, and it'll put you in the Discord where it gets a lot of fun over there. I highly recommend it. But without further ado, man, that's it. Thanks for listening. Checking up, dudes. Take care.